Hey YouTube, it's Megan Phillips from Homeschool 101. Today we're going to do something a little bit different on my channel. We've had some people that have asked for some updated home tours since we moved to our new house, and I've also had some people ask about different storage options. So today we're going to kind of cover two of those things at once. So I am actually standing in my entryway right now, and my husband is filming for me today, which is a little bit different. So when we moved into our house, we've been here almost 2 years. We didn't really buy any new furniture. The things that we had worked fine for our new space, and we wanted to kind of be here for a little while and see how the space was going to function for us. And to be honest, building a house and moving and all of that is expensive. So we've just kind of been waiting until we were here and knew exactly what we wanted. So all of the things that we have in our current entryway were things that we were using in our old house. And this is not a very big space. The rug that's in here right now is a 5x7, so if that kind of gives you an idea of the size of the room. Then we have an old bench in here. We actually got this from my in-laws. When they moved, they were getting rid of it, so we just adopted it at our old house. Here's one of our kitties. Our cats are getting big since probably the last time you've seen them. And so we just inherited this from them. It worked fine in our old house because we didn't have a huge entryway there either. So my kids were able to sit here and put on shoes and things like that. But it's seen better days. The cats like it. So they've kind of been messing with it. So we need a bench here, but this one is a little bit worn. You can tell they're kind of starting to play with it there. Then this table we actually had in the dining room at our old house. And I really like this table. We got it early on in our marriage, and it was great in our old dining room. It doesn't fit here in our current dining room, so we just put it here. I do like having the baskets for storage. We use these for games so that they're hidden and out of the way. These are like my elementary kids' age games, just some of the card games that they grab quickly, and then my preschoolers have some games in this basket. So having the storage is nice, and then I always have some sort of like small decoration, usually a cat or three in this space. But not being a very big space, when we open this door, having a wide table and a wide bench, if I open the front door, am I gonna actually open it? It's really cold and snowy, and we don't want Cantley to go out. When you open this door all the way to have people come in, someone's stuck back here, and then you have people that are coming and trying to get in around the table, and if my sister's here, she has a baby and a carrier, and so this space just gets really tight really quickly. So the goal for right now is to replace and get a smaller table. This sofa table is about 19 inches wide, and then I think our bench is about 19 inches wide, so it just really has made this space feel small. So what we're going to do is kind of just an entryway makeover. And our first step of that is a new table that was just delivered today that's only 10 inches wide. So it's gonna be about half the width or depth of this table. So we're gonna show you kind of that process. Normally for furniture, we would go somewhere locally and purchase furniture so that we could actually see it and see what we like. But with COVID and everything that's going on, that's just really hard to do right now. So we've purchased all of the things that we're going to do in here online. So we're gonna kind of share that experience with you. We also purchased our cat tree online if you have cats that need some extra activity, as ours obviously do. So we are going to build that. We'll show you everything. If we have issues at the end, we'll show you the issues, and then we'll kind of show you how things turned out. So what we're gonna do is we'll pause this, and then we are going to time lapse building the sofa table or the console table that I got for in here. My husband and I are gonna do that so you can kind of see what's involved, how it was packaged. It was delivered this morning, FedEx, so that was really easy and convenient. We didn't have any issues with that. But if we have anything, we will show you the results and then what we think at the very end. So stick around and we will show you the after coming up shortly. Okay, so that was probably the easiest piece of furniture we've ever put together. I don't even know what time it was, but it took us like 10 minutes. So this is the console table that we chose. It's 10 inches deep and it is 60 inches long. So it's a lot more dimensionally appropriate for our spot. And the reason that I liked this is it has a bunch of these drawers in here, but the drawers are combined. You could probably see that in the time lapse. And so these three and then these three down here are the same size. So you have two larger drawers and then you have two smaller drawers here in the middle. So these will be great for the games and stuff that were in the other baskets. I like that they have a little catch on the bottom so that the kids won't pull them out. And then it has the decorative shelf down below. It does have the little
wall mount.
Yeah, wall mount if you are worried, if you have kids that are climbers or kids that are young that might try and do that. Everything was really solid. All of the hardware was the same. There was no guesswork. It was just really easy. Everything, as you could see from taking it apart, was all packaged with foam and then this other protective foam.
We cheated.
Yes, we cheated and
we used the wrong bit. That's a Torx bit.
But it worked and it was okay. And it did come with a little Allen wrench tool. I could have easily assembled this by myself. I didn't know. I really thought we would have to put more of it together than we actually did. So it was super easy. It was packed really well. There was no damage. Everything was really well protected. It had little corner protectors and all of that stuff. So.
Why don't we walk it over?
Okay.
Because it's not that heavy either.
It's not.
I mean, I helped the FedEx person taking it out of the truck.
Yes. But then we're gonna have to move our other table.
Nah, let's just put it up there so they can see the difference in size.
That's fine.
See the difference? It's huge.
That's gonna be so much better.
And it's gonna look nice in there. Push it up tight against there. I want to see. See, it's a little bit taller. A little bit taller.
This is actually meant to be a console or entryway table. Our other one was kind of a sofa table that was supposed to go behind your couch. So it was okay to be a little bit shorter.
I like the way it looks. It's really pretty. Matches the colors nicely. I thought that the white was gonna look weird against our white trim.
This is more of an antique white. This actually comes in 3 different finishes. This is the antique white. Then it comes in a dark espresso, almost black color. And then it comes in a really pretty tealy kind of country green.
That I wouldn't let her get.
I totally would have picked if it was only me picking. But we're gonna kind of go with more of the grays and antique whites like we have in this room. We have kind of the gray tone floor and carpet, and then our walls are kind of a grayish bay.
And so our cats, somebody accused us of picking our cats to match our house furnishings.
We did not pick our cats to match our house furnishings.
We did not, but that would have been really smart.
They just happened to be gray and tannish colored cats.
Now we did pick that thing to match.
Yep. So if this is something that is interesting to you, you can check the link in the description below. That's one way that you can kind of help support our channel just a little bit, is by following those links for different products. And I'm super happy with it so far. I'm really excited now to get it switched out and will probably be a new lamp coming.
I can't believe how easy it was to build.
I know.
That was so easy.
Yeah.
And we unbox and build things all the time, like these things. And it's not easy.
Yeah. This was really easy. So you could do this easily by yourself, or
by yourself would be maybe a little bit harder, just because of the nature of the bottom shelf.
Yes.
Because it was helpful to have a second set of hands, but it wasn't heavy at all.
No, it wasn't.
The whole thing altogether was probably 60 pounds, if that. So it's definitely manageable. This other table that's behind it is a little bit heavier.
It's a lot heavier.
Yeah, and then it's gonna fit by the rug until we get the other alternative choice.
Until everything gets here. So we will show you the whole after picture once we have all of the things in place. But for now, we wanted to give you a look at this table and kind of show you how it went together. If you're questioning buying furniture online, or you need to pick up a couple of things, so far we've had a really great experience, and so this is one for sure that we would highly recommend. That this
we also did this.
And the cat tree is from the same place.
But that one's on my channel.
I can link to that too. If you want to see the cat tree, I'll put a link to.
And the cats love it. They really do.
Like it. Our cats are about a year old. We got them when they were kittens, so we don't know exactly how old they were. And they need activity, and they need to run and be crazy. And right now it's cold. They go outside when it's nice, but since it's been below 0 for highs the last couple weeks, so they really like it. They need something to do.
Did you show
Where are you
them
going?
outside?
Sort of.
There's snow.
We just got a couple more inches today. So we will show you the after of our entryway, and then as we kind of move through and do other things in our house, if they would be helpful to you, we will share those with you guys as well. So as always, thanks for sticking around, and we will probably come back with some homeschooling stuff here in the near future. But for now, this is what we've been working on, so we wanted to share that with you guys and give you some ideas if it's helpful. Thanks for watching. Okay, welcome back. We are done with our entryway kind of makeover, and we wanted to show you what we have accomplished. You saw the table at the end of our previous video, and it's been working out really well. Having the narrow width has made a big difference in this space. So we switched out everything in this area except for this vase. That's the only thing that stayed. And this is one of those things that I use to decorate with seasonally, and it's kind of helped me be able to have some seasonal things but keep them minimal, so I just change out what's in here. I have 4 different things and it's really easy. But this table has been great. It's a little bit longer than the previous table that we had, but since it's so much narrower, we have a ton more clearance here with our door. So when you open the door, you can actually stand here and people can walk in and you can talk to them and see them, and you're not hiding back here in the corner. So it's been perfect. The other thing that was a big improvement in this space is the bench. The bench that we had here before filled up this entire, where this white trim wall is, was this entire length, and it was a couple inches deeper. So we opted for a smaller bench. It's the same height, so it's still a comfortable bench height, but we really don't utilize this all that often. My sister puts her baby carrier on here when they get here with my nephew, and if we have somebody that comes in and puts on shoes, but all of my kids don't sit here and use this space all together. So just having a small spot to sit has been perfect. So, and it's nice and simple. It's easy to vacuum around. The fabric has been better. It's not peely. The one that we had before was that fake vinyl, and it was just getting old and worn like all things do. So this is just a gray fabric with a nice foam seat. So that has worked out really well. The cats obviously really like it. So we'll see how that goes with them, but it's been easy to clean around and vacuum and things like that. The other thing that we changed out here was the rug. We had a rug that was a little bit bigger, but it was also a really high pile rug. So it held on to all of the sand and dirt and stuff that comes in on shoes, and it was really hard to vacuum. I have a small stick vacuum that I use for the majority of our hardwood floor just on a daily cleanup basis, and I could not at all vacuum that rug with that little stick vac. I could barely use the big Dyson or Shark vac that I have for regular vacuum. This, as you can see from my husband showing you the edge, is much thinner, and so I can easily run over it just quickly with our stick vacuum.
It's big enough it doesn't pick up either.
Yes, and it's heavy enough it doesn't move. It's kind of flattening out a little bit still. It's been here for just a couple of days, but so far it's worked out really well for the rug. We also changed out the lamps in here, and I was able to get a 2-pack of lamps, and which it's actually really hard to find one decorative lamp. I'm not sure why, but it is. So I opted for a 2-pack and replaced the lamp over by my chair. This has a nice linen finish shade, and it's narrow. That was the biggest thing, is I didn't want something that was gonna stick out in front of the table. And we also needed to be able to, a lot of lamps in were really short, and I wanted it clear down here at this end just for looks purposes, and so I didn't want it to be in the way of our switches. So this has a really nice high spot for the shade. And this is just a switch. It can be a 3-way switch. We just have a single bulb in here right now, but it can be a 3-way switch as well. So those were super nice, and I'm really happy to have replaced the one over by my chair, because that one was always wobbly and off center, and it drove me crazy, but we didn't have a reason to change it out yet. So when I found the 2-pack, I was able to do that. We also showed you in the video before that we opted for this one for a couple reasons. The biggest reason was the narrow depth, to only have a 10-inch depth, but I wanted to keep the storage that I had in my previous table. So we've been able to do that
even in these small drawers, it's perfect. We have one that holds my big kids' games, so they have their elementary games in here that they can pull out and just grab whenever they want to play. The drawers do not pull all the way out, so they can't pull the whole thing out and spill them, but they can get what they need.
Keeps it from tipping
It
too.
also does keep it from tipping. We have a small drawer that has my preschoolers' games in it. My son has one of his little quads in it that he just grabs and flies on a regular basis, so it just sits in there for him. And then my littles keep their headphones and their music players in this last drawer. Then I know where they are when they're looking for them. They're easy to find. So we've been able to maintain our storage that we had in our previous drawer. It's even a little bit more organized because we have 4 drawers now instead of just 2 big baskets that I would just kind of dump stuff in. So it's worked out really great. I'm happy with the updates that we've made. When we brought everything from our old house, it worked in this space and it was fine. But now that we've been here for almost 2 years, we have been able to kind of figure out what we actually need in this space to make it function better. And it's just time for an update. We don't, buy new furniture kind of on a regular basis. We have kind of need to have a reason to. So this kind of gave us a reason to kind of make a few of those changes. So this has been, I've been super happy with this so far, just in terms of the quality and the finish, the ease of putting it together. You saw it in the video. I think
Yeah, it took like 20 minutes or something.
It was like 30 seconds of time lapse time.
Took us
really easy.
10 minutes to unbox the thing and about 5 minutes to put it together.
Yeah, it was
We
really
cheated
easy.
with the drill though.
We did.
We did not mount it to the wall either. It does come with a kit.
It does.
So the kit is actually right here. It's in this
Is it
bag.
still taped to the back of it?
Yep.
Yep. It's still back there. So it's been pretty easy. So it's functioned really well for us. This is the remote control for our blinds. So whoops, that's that door over there. So if we need to change the channel on our blinds, we just use this. So it pretty much sits out all the time. That way the kids can grab it and it's just always here. So it has its own little home there on the edge of the table. So if any of this was helpful for you, we would always appreciate if you like and subscribe. If you're curious to know where all of these items came from, we will put links in the descriptions below to pretty much everything except for this jar. Everything we can kind of link if you want to see where it came from, and they can probably find something similar. So we will kind of end it here, and I hope that this was helpful for you in terms of storage and minimal updates that you can make that kind of make a big difference in your space. So we appreciate you watching. Obviously, everyone loves it and is happy with the updates. This is Pouncer, he's our boy. And so he's claimed this spot on the bench. So as always, we appreciate you watching. Thanks so much for coming by.